Hi, I'm Mike Khouw with another Open Interest Web Extra. Predicted for months, there is now war in Eastern Europe as Russia attacks Ukraine and Vladimir Putin calls for the Ukrainian military to lay down their arms and go home while warning Western nations not to interfere. The United States has responded to the military attack by imposing sanctions. Given the threat of sanctions was explicit well in advance, it's not clear that they will do much, but I will leave that analysis to others. Instead, I will continue to focus on how traders and investors are responding. For weeks, we've seen traders piling into commodity call options. This makes sense given that Russia is a major commodity exporter. Oil and gas represent more than half of Russia's exports and a material portion of the country's GDP. Russia produces about 10% of the world's oil production. Russia is also a large agricultural commodity exporter, and we've seen considerable speculative upside call buying in those commodities too. That continued today. A quick summary of unusual options flows in ETFs showed bullish bets in commodities such as oil, wheat, corn, silver, cybersecurity, defense and aerospace, and flight to safety assets such as short-term treasuries. Bearish flows were seen in real estate, Taiwan, which we've highlighted over several days, industrials, high-yield bonds, and the euro. The biggest single stock trades we saw today, we saw a big collar on Zynga, ticker ZNGA. A trader bought 25,000 June 8 puts paying 52 cents and sold 25,000 June 11 calls at 9 cents, likely against a long stock position. This is an interesting trade because Take-Two Interactive agreed to acquire Zynga in an $11 billion deal, offering $3.50 in cash plus another $6.36 in Take-Two Interactive stock. That deal was announced January 10th. Observers believe there's little likelihood that Take-Two is outbid, and in the event the deal falls through, presumably the pre-deal lows of about $6 a share remain within scope. This collar, which is synthetically equivalent to an 8-11 call spread, while taking the $6 downside out of play, still remains exposed to about 13.5% downside and only 9% upside, assuming the deal is completed at the agreed price by June as expected. Put differently, spending over 4.5% of the current stock price spends over 30% of the expected 13.5% return if the deal closes, and that's spending quite a lot to ensure against the deal breaking. We also saw a big call spread in PG&E, ticker PCG. A trader bought 25,000 of the March 11 calls, paid 30 cents, and sold 25,000 of the March 12 calls at a nickel, risking just over 2% of the current stock price on a bet that'll pay 3-1 if PCG rallies 8.5% or more within the next few weeks. We saw a big put spread in Annaly, ticker NLY, which hit fresh 52-week lows today before recovering. The Fed tapering MBS presents issues for the mortgage-backed security REITs. A trader bought 20,000 of the April 6 puts, paying 13 cents, and sold 20,000 of the April 5 puts at a nickel. Another MBS REIT name seeing big put spread activity was AGNC. There, a trader bought 20,000 of the April 22 puts, paid 16 cents, and sold 20,000 of the April 10s at 7. It would not surprise me if the same institution initiated both of these bets. There was some big bearish activity with a put purchase in Ford. A trader bought 17,000 of the March 4th weekly 17 puts, paying 97 cents. The company reports their February sales and revenue numbers next Wednesday, March 2nd. The biggest ETF trades we saw today, as I indicated in the beginning, in the high-yield bond space. HYG, the high-yield bond ETF, saw a couple very big trades. The March 81.75 put spread traded 121,000 times for about 50 cents, although that one may be closing. The HYG June 79 puts, where a trader paid $1.54 for 60,000, was definitely opening. That's all I have time for today. Be sure to tune into CNBC tomorrow as options action returns after a 2-week hiatus. If you would like to see this kind of content continue, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And be sure to share the content with others you believe might find it useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked the content, please consider subscribing to the Open Interest YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Open Interest. And of course, you can also follow or tweet me at Michael_Khouw, or go to our website, www.openinterest.pro. Thanks for watching.